can't blame a person that been cheated on. Say he been beaten on. I tried to save a hoe, but he ain't eating on. No, he don't beat it like he supposed to. I showed you how to get inside your bag, you ain't been spoke. Oh, now you climax on the way up, Oh, when you look me in my eyes, say you believe in me. Show they all your secrets safe, you know I keep it. It's a tragedy that you're here alone. Is your man at home? If he is, then he ain't know that you been out committing trees. It don't mean nothing to me. You got your own reason. Can't blame you. Won't try. No, I can't blame you. Won't try. I won't try. No, can't blame you. Won't try.
Hold on. I gotta pause the song real quick. Hold on, because niggas not really breaking down the bars.
DJ T-Rex.
My nigga Velly said that he's running on offer and he's flyer than Seaon from Tang and Topper. If you don't know what that is, that's Gorilla Gone or hold on, bear with me now, hold on. And he's in a mech, and the mech can fly. But he's not talking about flying as in the ability to fly in the air. He's talking about fly like a nigga put that shit on. But at the same time, Alpha isn't a nigga that can put that shit on because he can have the ability to fly because it ain't be right in Alpha because Alpha can fly. He's a sky bison that can fly. So he's saying that he's fired the nigga that can dress fly, but he can fly than that fly nigga.
Flyer than the flyest nigga, you feel me?
Hold on, let me break it down even more. We saying that the sky bison, that his main ability is to fly, can fly higher than the nigga who really got that shit on though. Realize, nigga had the shades on. Ooh. Shut up, Rose. Cause you said that as soon as I did. He got the shades on and he had the coat with the long sword, which made him a fly nigga. But he was also in a mech suit that gained the ability to fly. So he was a fly nigga that could fly. But he's not flyer than Aang riding Appa, who's a flying bison that can fly. So he's flyer than the nigga that can fly with the flyness.
He's the flyest of the flyest niggas.
Hold on, we really gotta break down.
Y'all not hearing me? Slow it down.
He said, "I'm like Aang being the avatar who has the ability to fly. He just didn't unlock it yet. Boom, stick with me now. But he rides a sky bison that was born with the ability to fly." So now he is flying, and he's a fly nigga, cause Aang do really be having that shit on sometimes when he really want to step out on a nigga. He got the monk fit, you feel me? But he's flying to the nigga from Gurren Lagann named Seaon, who was a fly nigga. Cause guess what? Nigga had the shades on. Realize you in the post-apocalypse, where you get the shades from? Cause no one else had them shades, only him.
Oh me.
No one else had had his fit, only him. And he was the only one really who had the katana on deck. I mean, niggas had guns and stuff, but that's not the point. So he was flyer than that nigga who could fly. And niggas not hearing me though. Niggas not envisioning the bars real quick. Hey, I hear you though. I was there. Well, I wasn't there when you made the song, but I was there. You feel me?
When you produce it, you feel me? You produce it. Like, oh shit.
Alright, let me have the podcast up on said phone. Is niggas ready? Is this all of us?
Yes, thirsty, worsty.
Oh, let me say hi to Rose so she don't feel like.
What's poppin', Rose? If you still streaming, I'm still in your stream. You feel me?
She indeed is.
I don't know if I'm on.
She going for 48 hours.
Bet I'm still in your stream. You feel me?
Cause after that she will not be live. All right. Everybody good? Everybody prepared? Want to say something real quick?
1 2, Mike. 1 2. Is this on?
All right. Yep. We're good to go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the good old Hazy Flame podcast, Hazy Cast for short. I'm your host, So Fresh Prince, and I'm with the 5 niggas that were here last time. Well, other niggas were available, but they're playing Overwatch, and I don't got time to be waiting for niggas to finish Overwatch to begin this shit done. Hold on, boss camera. Okay, there we go. Boom. What'd I say? Oh yeah, this is episode 68. We're almost at 69, and then there'll be 70. Also,
nice.
And things of that nature. Veli, are you going to create the anime Jeopardy? Because there's gonna be some episode. I mean, sometime throughout this time that we gotta get fifth on. I really gotta turn that down.
Anime Jeopardy is coming soon, but I'm having a little more time going into next weekend. So I say, give me next month. Give me one of the episodes next month. I will have an Anime Jeopardy up and ready.
Okay, then I'll just have a regular anime podcast and last fifth when he's available, hopefully next week to do that bitch. But first and foremost, we're gonna start the introductions with the good old Blah.
Yo, happy Friday.
Indeed. Followed up, we got the good old Sir Freak.
You know what I'm saying? It's your favorite ice captain, Sir Slick Snow Wolf Freaky. In attendance as always.
Followed up, we got the Random Hero.
What's poppin'? Favorite hero, random hero, aka Barbados Slim, your wife's favorite athlete. Happy Women's History Month, by the way, as well.
Oh, but y'all thought I was done though. Because you thought I was about to go without my other names. False, know what I'm saying? Slick Freaky, aka Snow Wolf Freaky, aka know what I'm saying? Snow Wolf Freaky, aka the Dark Duke, aka OG Cortazip. You know what I'm saying? They thought I was about to get away without my extra names. Tripping.
Next, last but not least, we got good old Billy Honcho.
You did Belly Honcho, you feel me? The haziest flame, feel me? I ain't got a bunch of AKAs, but I'm a bipper though. You feel me? That ain't never changed. It really been on that since birth. You feel me? Like, but yeah, let's bip into the episode. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
Before we get into that, it is on the good old Freak and Hero with the good old anime news as pass it all over. Fourth quarter. We're down by like 2 points for real. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't locked in.
Need a bucket.
Down by 2 points. Know what I'm saying? Fresh is going down the court. You know, it's that 2-man tandem running down that court. You know what I'm saying? I said a mean ass pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? Get that nigga Hero the ball.
Oh, get him with the crossover snatchback. Hazy, fake him out, throw it up Freak for the lob. Cause I got everybody's attention going to the hole. Throw that bitch up for Freak.
But that nigga throw it up to me. But that nigga know I just hit the meanest step back over for the 3. Cause fuck time the game. I'm trying to win this bitch. As we go for the buzzer beater. Did I make it? We'll never know. Cause it's time for that anime news. All right. Know what I'm saying? Stay wondering if your boy got skills like that. Stay wondering. So we starting off first with an RIP. You know what I'm saying? I always got to start with the RIPs. You know what I'm saying? RIP to a GOAT. Now, excuse me if I butcher this name. I never butcher names, but excuse me if I mispronounce it just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hideki Hata, which is you know what I'm saying, the president of Kyoto Animation. He's been running that thing for 41 years. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? While he was there, that company was over a lot of amazing series. You know what I'm saying? The Full Metal Panic. You know what I'm saying? Inuyasha Animation Corporation, early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Clannad. You know what I'm saying? That Violet Evergarden, Miss Kobayashi Dragon made, and then the ever so popular Silent Voice movie, just to say a few. R.I.P. to the president of a GO studio.
Also, let me get in with an RIP real quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'll get with RIP real quick. It's an RIP. This is to Jackson State University, my college, the I love. Our interim president has passed away, Dr. Ellen Hayes Anthony. She was
Mike say, give me your shit.
LBT, an affiliate of CBS. The first WLBT CBS affiliate. She was the first Black woman to ever be a producer, anchor, and an executive producer as well. She also helped Jackson State become accredited journalism media school. If you all don't know what accreditation to a college means, that means a lot. So they helped put Jackson State on the map. I just want to make sure I give that shout out to her. And also, it is Women's History Month, so she is a big factor within the Jackson State community, and she will be missed. And condolences to her family.
Long live that great woman.
All right. Shout. Proceed.
As we keep it going, shout out to the One Piece manga, as officially One Piece manga has eclipsed that 600 million mark, surpassing the GOAT Superman. Superman did it over over a 78 to 80 year period, while One Piece did it in 28 years. And One Piece manga has officially surpassed 600 million copies in circulation worldwide, outpacing Superman's equivalent milestone achieved for 78 years, as verified by the recent Shueisha's announcements and industry estimates. Shout out to my GOAT One Piece. You know what I'm saying? That's a crazy milestone. And sticking on the One Piece topic, as just been circulating all over the internet. Let me turn the stream down. I'm hearing myself, but drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying? The GOAT Oda himself apparently wrote the secret of the One Piece on a piece of paper and sank it to the bottom of the ocean. And the internet is going crazy in a frenzy because it's crazy. This is kind of crazy because this is something that was talked about a long time ago. I mean, a long time ago that was all over the internet. Like, what happened? What happened if he really did put the ending to the One Piece to where we had to go find it, and then like he never actually came out. He never actually published. We had to go out and find it, or somebody had to go out and find it, and then that's how we found out. Now that's something that was always, theorized a long time ago. So him actually doing this, and is actually kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? What else? Hold on, screw it. A shout out to JJK's recent episode. You know what I'm saying? Hitting 9.6 rating, one of the highest ratings we've seen over this current simulcast season. And JJK is kind of going crazy right now with his Cullen games. What else? Apparently, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Studio Mappa. You never know how much they've been putting they animators through the ringer. Apparently, Studio Mappa reports nearly a $700 million profit for the 2025 fiscal year. And shout out to Mappa going absolutely insane last year. What else we got in here? Daemons of the Shadow Realm that's something I've been bringing up a lot lately, from the creators of Full Metal Alchemist, and working with, I believe it's Studio Bones. Yeah, Studio Bones. It's going to be listed for 24 episodes, split in 2 parts. That starts April 4th. What else did I have? Highlighted and noted?
While he searched that, for all the Resident Evil Resident Evil gamers out there, Resident Evil 1 is getting a remake, reportedly entering development, according to Inside Gamers. According to Inside Gamers, well-known industry, leaker Dutch Gollum claims that Capcom has recently started full production on a new remake for the original Resident Evil. You feel me? So for all my Resident Evil fans out there, y'all looks like y'all living good right now with Requiem, and then you get a Resident 1 remake. It's looking great out there for y'all. It's looking great. Pokemon. Today, it was 16 years ago today that Pokemon Black and White was released on Nintendo DS. For all my Pokemon players out there, history. And then Nintendo files lawsuit over U.S. tariffs. According to Aftermath, Nintendo of America has filed lawsuits against the United States government in the United States courts Court of International Trade over tariff imposed by President Trump's administration. The company is seeking refunds for tariffs that the U.S. Supreme Court ruled were unlawfully implied under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977. So, that's little, business things people want to care about that. Also, the steam machine launch for 2026 is looking a little bit uncertain. They don't know if they're going to, they're stated that we hope to ship in 2026, but we will share public updates when we finalize our plans for the steam machine that is really highly look above around here that's going to be released. Also with Xbox announced Project Helix to be the next gen console. So may not be getting more Xbox, but we will be getting, Project Helix from the market, from, the team that made Xbox. And I would say lastly, I just had it. Oh, I just had it. Lastly, the Teenage Mutant Triple A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle God of War style game is in the works, according to Global Report. So it's not full details on this yet, but they're looking into a AAA company making a God of War type game, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the style of it. And lastly, not lastly, I'm sorry. My bad.
Boy, I almost sounded like Jimmy for a second. that stutter, boy.
Warner Brother Department and Games looking to have a reset and upcoming hits. So Warner Brothers Gaming Studio is looking to just basically do a hard reset, and they're looking to reset to hit across a lot of their IPs, i.e., being a new Lego Batman game, a Game of Thrones themed mobile game called Dragonfire, and including hits of the Hogwarts Legacy across that legacy. So be prepared to see a lot of Warner Brother IP games come soon, whether it be via console, PC, or mobile. And lastly, the iconic Disney rock and roller coaster closed nearly 3 decades. After nearly 3 decades. So recently it's closed. This year, 2026, it closed. So if you haven't get a chance to ride that, it is gone, just like the logs as well. If you don't know about the logs from Splash Mountain, do your research in Google.
Had to go. The logs had to go.
Shout out Uncle Remus. If you don't know, like I said, Google it, because I'm not going to go that deep into it. That's it for me on the gaming side.
All right, wait. I was looking up something because I didn't even realize it is true. I didn't even realize that JJK and the JJK manga and the Solo Leveling manga started. I know they started the same year, one day apart from each other. It's kind of crazy. I didn't even know that.
Ooh.
I didn't know that. I was just looking that shit up. It's kind of crazy. But it's supposed to be their 8-year anniversary this week. Like that's interesting. I had no idea. So to keep it going, and also just to give a little, you know what I'm saying, a little more of a synopsis of what that Demons of the Shadow Realm is, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been talking about it so much, might as well give a synopsis if anybody might be interested. The fantasy story follows Yuru, a boy destined alongside his twin sister Asa to command powerful mythological beings called daemons as he fights to reunite with her after their village is attacked. And I got a lot of hope for it. Like as I keep going,
Great series.
Brooks. Wait, what?
That's a great series.
I'm not. I've been talking for a minute. I'm talking about it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing it for a long time. So I hope it's a great series. Doro Hedoro season 2 all episodes production has been completed, as that's supposed to air April 1st. Supposed to have 11 episodes coming out this next simulcast. Classroom of the Elite. So everybody knows how I feel about that GOAT anime right there. You know what I'm saying? Top slice of life anime right there. Season 4 airs April 1st, and supposedly starting with a 90-minute debut. And pretty much getting a movie to start off that season, boy. Apparently that's gonna be, don't quote me, but apparently it's supposed to be episodes 1 through 4 airing all back to back with a 16 episode season. So normally the season would be 12 episodes. Since they're doing 1 through 4 with a 90-minute debut that first day, they pretty much extended it to 16 episodes. That's pretty fire. What else? What else did I have on here? Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo has concluded with chapter 25, officially released this Sunday. Oh, not gonna bring that up. Definitely not gonna bring that up. Shout out to the One Piece season 2 Elbaf arc officially releases 30 days from now. My One Piece fans, we almost there. We've been waiting, and we almost there. And last but not least, well, actually, right before, Send Us a Big Hero season 2 already confirmed. You know what I'm saying, already confirmed. Shout out to the anime that I think is gonna be the anime of the year. Unless something comes to sweep the room, I still think it's gonna be anime of the year. I'm super talking about that for me. And last but not least, on the gaming side, saying Honcho posted this. I believe it was Honcho that posted this. Yeah, Honcho posted this in the Discord. New Sword Art Online game.
Oh yeah.
And it has a death game mode where it permanently deletes your save data if you die.
Echoes of Ironcrad.
Yep. And I will
be you play as your character. You're not Kirito. Shit's amazing.
And I will be playing the death game mode because that is the closest thing to the actual Sword Art. You know what I'm saying? If you die, your game data dies. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty far of an idea. I love it. I'm here for it. And that
I played that before.
Has been your anime news. As we, you know what I'm saying? As we still don't know if we won that game. We passed the bottle. You know what I'm saying? We passed that. Then we don't even pass the bottle fresh. You know what I'm saying? We get a mic to fresh. We in the post game interview. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know if we won the game or not. We ain't telling.
As you know, grab the mic and whatnot. Me and my team, we work hard to get to this point. You know, hit a couple of niggas with a good old spin move. You feel me? Even though technically I didn't say it before, it's still gonna be hit. And you know, we just work hard. We just work hard every day. You know, just keep on grinding, putting up stats across the board, one way or another. Hey, sometimes you know we get low stats, sometimes we get high stats. You know, last couple of stats we got, it was like roughly around 11. The other stats before then was like 83. So you know, we putting up them good old numbers. You feel me? But you know, as I say it all that, you know, we'll just be back again. Same animal, different beast type situation. As I pass the mic over to Willie. Yep, go to them words, nigga, sir.
Man, we fucking suck. What the fuck was that shot? We fucking boy. What the fuck?
All right, let's exit out right now. Because they said it right now. We spoiled. We saying because one thing got me messed up thinking I missed that wide open 3-point that hero set me up for. And now we don't have to rewind. Nah, hell no, we rewinding that. Rewind that. Hell no, I ain't missed that wide open 3 for the game winner. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen. Play for the tie and win it overtime. God damn it.
I peeked my head back in. It wasn't it wasn't Hero's fault, you know.
I get into the icebreaker. You hear me?
Yeah,
today, I got another Keep 3 Cut 5 for y'all. We got Keep 3 Cut 5 video game main characters.
Okay.
Got a collection of main characters here, some popular motherfuckers, if I do say so myself.
We're gonna need to work together here, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Last time was a little rough. You know what I'm saying? Last time was a little rough.
And get into it, you dig? All right. First name on the list. We got CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
CJ.
See, that's a tough one because you know what I'm saying, that's like we make that character who he is. You know what I'm saying? You know, he didn't even think that, but we make that character who he is. So that's tough. That's a tough one. So I don't know how some of y'all played. You know, I don't know how some of y'all played.
I would say no for the sole fact CJ is not my favorite because one, I didn't play it all the way through. I barely played San Andreas because Vince is my favorite one. because I played Vice City. So I will just honestly say
that's not a bad take. It's not a bad take.
So I will honestly say, for me, no, I'm not going to say CJ. I'm not going to. I'm kicking CJ. I'm kicking CJ out. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I'm kicking CJ out.
I might have to kick CJ just for the people that possibly can be on this video game list. I might have to kick CJ. Ain't no doubt. I might have to kick CJ.
I don't have any strong opinions about CJ. I don't know if I've actually played, like, owned that Grand Theft Auto. I didn't get the chance to own Grand Theft Auto until I was like an adult. I was one of them games that I could only go over to my friend's house and play.
And San Andreas was the one.
Yes,
that was the one that, like, most people most people played, but, like, that was also the one that most people weren't allowed to have because of how wild that one was. That was definitely one that most people weren't allowed to have. If you weren't a certain
yeah, because that was good, but yeah. Shout out Nico Bellic.
They had to take that one. Remember, they had to take San Andreas off the shelves for a while and replace it with the more essential version.
What was so wild about San Andreas?
You could see people fornicating, blah.
Oh.
Yeah, they took that off the shelves and they brought out a new, more essential version of the game.
There's people out there Google hot coffee San Andreas. Google hot coffee Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, because I believe you played.
Oh man, boy, Ace.
I'm guessing you played Grand Theft Auto 4 and you had Nico Bellic, who kind of did this. It was kind of like San Andreas, but you heard the fornication more so than see the fornication. So
that's how it is in God of War. You heard it and you press buttons while you're doing it to make sure you get a good amount of ore from killing her shit. But in San Andreas, I'm talking about that. You get on saying that you got one of the strippers, boy. I'm talking about that. It was full on see the full scene. I'm talking about they full on see it. And most of us that had it back then were definitely teenagers. I would say preteens, teenagers, and some young adults. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they took that whole game off the shelf back then. Yeah, that was a wild game right there. That was a wild game. That was a wild one right there. That was a wild one. That was a wild one. I definitely had the original version. I definitely did. I definitely did.
Young freak, man.
And I remember everybody being at my house. We were playing when that came across. We was like, "Oh, what the
Close the door. Close the door.
We were like, what?
No,
that was it.
Gonna have to agree. Yeah, cuss CJ.
Mostly because one, don't remember the story mode like that, and two, you know what I'm saying, they ain't much a story, ain't much a character to remember. Like I said, you make the character rather than the character really being a staple.
That's also true.
Like what you did makes the character.
I have recently watched a person do a walkthrough. The story's pretty decent in a sense because it's solid story. Out of all the Grand Theft Auto, I would say we did cut him. It's the weakest story, by the way, in my opinion. The weakest, but that's not saying it's terrible.
People resonated with it because he was a hood nigga. So like, a lot of people resonated with him. That's why it was so good for most.
Next,
I don't know if I call it the weakest story. I don't know about that.
No, that's just my opinion. That's my opinion.
Next on the list, we got Ezio Auditore.
Gotta keep.
Bye.
Ezio Auditore di Firenze. Gotta keep. That was the main character for like what 3 games? Some of the best 3 games out of that whole series.
Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood,
Revelations.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna see what y'all say before I say anything because
rippling effects throughout the whole series too.
I'm about to say because what did the I'll let y'all.
I'm a just for the sake to see what we got down. I'm gonna cut them. We got one keep and one cut, but it's no like I said. And I didn't necessarily play the ones where I played the ones with Desmond, not So
see, I played them, but like it's like as a top main character of all time, like. Is he like? It's like
you played the ones with Desmond.
That was the one with Ezio.
Desmond was Ezio.
Oh well, then by that logic, I had to keep him there because I only played 2 of them. I didn't play a lot. So because the ones y'all said I didn't play, the ones y'all said I didn't play. So it's like, I didn't play those. I can't speak on those.
I just gotta ask, as a top main, we're talking about like this is like keep top main characters of all time. Is he a top main character of all time, or is it the game he was a part of actually was really good? Like, is he like
if
Yes.
this adds any?
He's the reason.
My fault.
He's the reason. I ain't gonna lie. The game is great. The game is great overall, but SEO is a big part of that.
I would say if you want some seasoning on it, he is like the main Assassin's Creed nigga that's featured in every other game outside of his universe. He's been having collabs with Raid Shadow Legends. It's not a sponsor stream. What was it? Soul Calibur he was a part of. Brawlhalla he's a part of.
He's also the only recurring assassin in multiple games.
Facts, but I also think that's also because like I think that also leans more towards like being the face of assassins when niggas love assassins.
I mean, that's
niggas love Ezio specifically out of all the assassins.
Yeah,
but back then there wasn't a whole bunch of assassins.
It was what? Altair, Ezio, and then who was the guy in the third one? It was Jonathan or something like that.
That's the one from Egypt.
I'm not even talking about just in like I'm not even talking about just like the Assassin's Creed game. I'm just talking about like in the whole scope of gaming. Yeah. I mean, there just wasn't a lot of assassins back then. Period. That's why I feel like like that small sample size. Like, that nigga's the face of a small sample. Like niggas love assassins and ninjas like that. And niggas automatically gonna love assassins. So like I don't know. I feel like that nigga was the face of such a popular theme that niggas love. So I feel like but is that is that nigga really that nigga as a character?
Yeah.
As a main character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. That nigga is like if I compare him to a nigga in real life that I know, I would say you would be an Ezio. Like if you locked in with training and shit like that, and you were like really assassin, that nigga low key reminds me of you. Very charismatic, smooth nigga for real.
Top tier fighter.
Yeah.
Great story behind
the main reason why I say that is like I can't really remember him dialogue wise. I just remember thinking about what he can do and what he brought to the game. I just can't think about him as a dialogue part of the game. Well, that's what's making me question so much. I remember really a top nigga.
I remember the smooth talk.
I rock with y'all because I know Ezio is that nigga. I've always fucked with him, but I was like, is he a main character of all time? Is a question I've always had. But I'll keep him. I'll keep him
main character.
I'll keep him for now. I'll keep him for now.
That's a good. So I'm going SEO. Next name on the list, we got Leon Kennedy.
I knew it.
You goddamn right. He being kept. You goddamn right. That's a keep. You goddamn motherfucker. You goddamn motherfucker right. That's a keep, boy. That's a motherfucker keep.
Like that was the low key. That was the main reason why I didn't want to keep the next person.
Come on now. That's a motherfucking keep right there. Come on now. That's a goat. That's a horror game goat right there. Hold on now.
Because if we do that, that means we only got one keep left.
Hey, nigga want to keep.
I mean, if we only got one keep left, any one of them. I mean,
I'm not mad at it. It's just the predicament we feel in.
I put Leon S. Kennedy over every single nigga besides two niggas. Literally, I put Leon.
All right, no one of the other niggas. All right, no one of the other niggas.
He better not. If he pull up, that's automatic for me too. He better not pull up.
I already know.
He better not pull up. He better not pull up. I'm automatically voting for that nigga. I'll say no to everybody just for that nigga.
He gonna be the last nigga. I swear he gonna be the last nigga. He's gonna be pissed. We keep it Leo, bro.
No. Hey, I'm still waiting for everybody to vote. That's a horror game goat right there.
I'm keeping him, but I just know we're gonna run into later on. Yeah, I'm keeping him.
It's 2 votes right now. Still go with
Leon Kennedy, the goat.
Goat right
next name on the list. This shit gonna sting a little bit because y'all gonna cut my nigga, but that's my guy though. My boy Cloud Strife.
I ain't gonna lie, he a strong one right after. He a strong one right after my 3. He a strong one right after my 3. He a strong one right after my 3. I love my nigga Cloud.
Now, granted, I feel like Cloud gets the same treatment as Yuji does in his series. He gets overshadowed by the cooler side character, which will be Sephiroth.
Yeah.
That is very true. That is very true.
Cloud a top tier nigga? Of course, everybody who sees Cloud, everybody who sees a Buster Sword automatically related to Cloud. Cool, not mad at that. But my being is that
Cloud
really
don't become that nigga until the later parts of his game. So like how his game is segmented, he don't become the guy until towards the end of the
About four discs. No, I remember that. I had the original set for example.
Like,
Yeah, like four discs in that motherfucker.
It's a big grind, but I think that's what makes him such a great character is how much time you got to spend with him before he becomes the guy.
You do a lot.
That was back when nigga ain't even have a voice. Nigga was just a letterbox. Nigga was pixels in a letterbox. Nigga looked like a Minecraft character.
Hey! I want to speak on that, but hey, when video games ain't had no dialogue, bro, we was really some stellar readers back then. These kids these fucking reading because y'all talk to them niggas on their games, bro. We was some stellar readers back then because we had no choice, bro. I wanted to know what Sephiroth was on.
Hey, speaking on that, I saw a study recently, and it was like I don't know how real it was. It was studied like why millennials are so different than Gen Z, and it's because our games made us critically think and stuff, and then how every other game talks you through everything and gives you like give you paths where to go and stuff. You have to figure it out. And old game, well, millennials and like close to millennials compared to like people that are 21 to 22 right now.
There's a help button on the PlayStation.
But nigga wish he had a help button back in the game.
You can press a button for help. It'll give you a tutorial if you get stuck. It'll find a tutorial online and show you that shit if you get stuck.
And niggas had to critically think back in the day to get through their game.
Go at that shit for hours, sleep on it, go to school the next day and talk to their homie who got the game and see if he at that part. If he ain't at that part, you cook. You gotta go home and try again.
And then a lot of us. My bad. Go ahead, Hero. My bad. Go ahead.
I said you even more cooked if nigga ain't had the game because I was a nigga that had Wario World. Like you said, you had to quickly think through that motherfucker. I ain't had no God. I had no help. Nigga, I was in that bitch sauce.
And don't be a nigga without a memory card. Leave your system on forever until you finish the part. And then I remember nigga. I was a bro. No saying. My family went through it for a little bit. So I was a nigga. Who ain't have a PlayStation 2 memory card for a minute. Nigga. When I say my PlayStation died because I kept it on so many days, weeks at a time for games, nigga. Hey, man. Hey.
God.
Damn.
Next character since we cut Cloud.
Y'all cutting Cloud?
I'm cutting. I'm guessing everybody else is gonna cut.
That shit hurts though. That's my nigga though. That's my nigga though. I gotta cut the nigga.
Still 4 names after him.
I know. I still gotta cut that nigga. That's
Shout out my dog Cloud though. That's my dog.
Nigga though. I'm really waiting for one nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm waiting for one.
I already know what it is.
On this list, we got Sonic the Hedgehog.
Drop would lose his shit right now.
How did he fail?
Drop would lose his shit.
I ain't gonna lie. He gets a cartoon buff that adds depth and a voice to his character. He gets a cartoon buff. You know what I'm saying? Sonic Underground and Sonic X, like nigga, that made a lot of people nigga, what?
And I'll say at the same time, I like Sonic with his friends. I like it with Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. So me personally, I like Sonic with an ensemble rather than Sonic by himself. In my opinion,
what I'm saying. That nigga gets a cartoon buff. As a game, you really just running through levels of nigga. Niggas when I say that's the one. Nigga, how iconic. Niggas wouldn't say a top main character of all time without a show. I promise.
Or the games went crazy too.
Because I never like playing with Sonic. I like playing with.
Well, you can't say he a top main character of all time just for running through levels with no dialogue really with that nigga. Besides like the two.
I mean, like the later games, there was more dialogue.
When they started adding more story to the games, like Sonic Adventure, those type shit. When they started adding more story to the game, that shit was dope.
It was Sonic Adventure and the one where that nigga turned into a werewolf.
Yeah, there's more story games than that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm about to say, but the reputable ones. I mean, you can think some like the true reputable ones that niggas really talk about.
I like Sonic 06. Everybody hate that shit.
I actually did like Sonic 06 too. As a kid, I used to play the fuck out of that game. And they had the Where's Sonic as well. Where's Sonic game?
Yo,
Sonic
ready
and
for
the
the
Black
next
Knight.
one?
Hold on. Sonic
Sonic and the Black
featuring-
Knight slept on. Sonic and the Black Knight slept on. That's just
Yeah,
slept on.
like hold on. Wait a second. Sonic Riders count. Like, hold on. We going through the list.
Shout my dog Jet. Jet with my
Sonic
favorite
Riders.
character.
Sonic Riders is not one that you really niggas have, nigga, a lot of dialogue and a lot of shit with that whole nigga.
But it's still something
It
about
is,
that
but it's not
character
necessarily
though.
Sonic.
Like,
Solid
even if
story.
it's not like Final Fantasy level of cutscenes and like dialogue, it's still something about Sonic as like a character that I would he's definitely competition here. I love seeing Sonic in
I think niggas lean more towards nostalgia and shit for that nigga. I think that's what that more leads towards, nostalgia.
I'm gonna cut him just because, like I said, I like him. I like him as an ensemble.
I feel that.
That nigga being an icon. That nigga got his iconic spot up there, of course. I'm telling you, I just can't. That's from what I see as being what you have to be for being a top main character of all time in video games. You know what I'm saying? It's the things he has to fall short of because it's time in the world. It's just how it is what it is.
No, I feel it. Like I said,
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
I'm still voting for him in here.
Yes. Well, are you?
I'm just keeping it a fan with you.
He's still my favorite video game character. Still my guy.
What's talking about?
Next name on.
What you about to say first? Hold on. What you about to say first?
I don't know, because Sonic's cool. I think, my personal opinion, this is just me. Don't give a damn about what other niggas think. Sonic, gaming wise, has most definitely taken a hit after some time. I think Frontiers was most of like rock bottom. They did kind of bring it back with Generations and things like that. What was the last one that came out that dropped beat or didn't beat or what was it? Forces? No, that was Frontiers. Forces was the one. Forces was the one that you played as the creative character. Yeah, Forces was the hit. Frontier was the one that slightly brought it. So, granted, I believe everybody said cut. So yeah, cutting that nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
Not everybody saying that nigga block voted to keep him. You know what I'm saying? Keep his one vote in there. Keep his one vote in there.
I stand with you, Blah. That's my guy. I stand with you, Blah.
I like it.
Next, the name speaks my game.
Right. I guess this will be another divisive character. Then we got Mario.
That nigga cut.
Yeah, cut.
He cut. He's cut because I like DK and Luigi more than him. Off that reason alone. And Daisy. Like I got 3 people ahead of him.
I literally put Sonic in this. I literally put Sonic and Mario in the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Iconic, most known characters of all time. Mario love him nostalgia, but I ain't just. Again, my thing for top main characters they just can't be one of my.
Like you say, you probably hate. It's just like when we played Smash Bros. I'm rarely picking Mario. I'm picking Luigi more often than I'm picking Mario. I'm picking Peach more than I'm picking Mario.
Like giving yourself a hard time. Look, Mario one of the best characters in that fucking game.
I just know how to play with Luigi. You know what I'm saying? I just know how to play with
like giving yourself a hard time. That's all that was.
Hey, Luigi had a good positive record. That's all I can tell you.
All I'm saying
I mean, Luigi also did go crazy in that.
All I'm saying is we played time and time again for Mario to chase after one woman that was casually always getting kidnapped. You would think after the first couple of attempts, she would up security from just regular mushroom niggas to something more viable and useful. No, she's getting kidnapped on purpose, and we're playing as a nigga to save her back. She don't even like us for real.
That's all I'm about to add on. Like I was like, nigga, do she even want? Does she even want the nigga? Did she even want the nigga?
She don't like us.
You look at it.
She like a real woman. She want the nigga sometimes.
She just wanted somebody. She's one of the people. She like being chased after. You know what I'm saying? She like being put on the pedestal.
Sometimes she wants the nigga. Sometimes she don't. It's a regular woman.
And on top of that, look at his brother. He had already bagged Daisy. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying?
Hey, hero on Hustler. On Hustler.
I'm saying. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just putting it out there.
And Luigi's like, I'll help you. I mean, I'll help you when you need the help. That's all cool and all, but I got mine. I got mine.
So I think it's overall cut.
Indeed.
The list.
Yeah.
We got Steve from Minecraft.
I ain't gonna lie, he can be cut in this book.
He get cut. I didn't play my.
I love
Yeah.
Minecraft.
So I
Like
feel it.
anybody could.
Oh, my nigga
Steve could be
Steve.
anything. Like
Shout out
low
my
key.
nigga
Like
Steve.
I love Minecraft, but that doesn't. Steve could be replaced by anybody.
To this day, I still have not put more than 10 minutes into Minecraft over the 15
Sorry
years it's
for
been
your
out,
loss.
nigga.
He's saving it for later or something. Actually, my bad. Never mind.
Yeah, no bullshit. But that means you guys cut CJ, Cloud, Sonic, Mario, Big Steve. Shout out Big Steve, and you are keep Ezio, Leon Kennedy, and
Leon
your
S. motherfucking
final fucking keep.
The big dog himself. Yep, go ahead and say it.
The
Go ahead and say his
God
name.
of
Oh.
War.
Player.
You goddamn right.
Yeah.
The man himself.
Yeah,
The dog.
got 'em, boys. I'm okay with this list.
The dog himself.
I knew.
okay.
That's
Great
why he
list.
said
Y'all held
Leon.
out well.
Yeah, he
Y'all
said
held out
Leon.
extremely
I ain't
well.
lie. I ain't lie.
Great list.
Once them two was at the
knew.
front, once them two was at the front, I was like, I don't care who pop up. If it ain't Kratos, I ain't voting for it, nigga.
I knew. See, I knew that's what Freak was thinking. I was like, I know if we keep anybody else and Kratos at the end, Freak gonna be pissed. I know Freak gonna be pissed.
You know what I'm saying? I said, if it ain't Kratos, I don't want him, nigga.
Hey, look, I approve of this. This
So I got nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I did get nervous because I was like, I hope Master Chief doesn't pop up because I was thinking people might pick Master Chief as a keep, and I was getting nervous for a second. I was like, please don't let him pop up. Like, please don't let him. That might have been a keep for people.
I would have been a little sad, but it's
I
Kratos.
would have rocked hard for that shit. I ain't gonna cap to you.
I was on the last name I was gonna add to it, and I looked up a list of main characters, and Master Chief came up, and then right under him was Steve. I was like, put Steve on here. That's funny.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, if you would have made Kratos last,
I'm right there with you.
and if Dante or Master Chief popped up, boy, that would have been a scary one right there, boy. If Dante or Master Chief was on that list, I would have been real scared. Cause it's hard. I never turned down Dante. I ain't gonna lie, I never turned down Dante. That's a dog right there. That's a dog right there.
Oh shit! I felt it though. Shout out to you, brother. I see it coming.
Like, realistically, my list would be Leon S. Kennedy, Dante, and Kratos. So realistically, that would be my three.
That's a good list, though. Y'all killed
three.
W's
indeed. Niggas held out well.
Get into these good old topics because we got topics that we need to get into and things of that nature. Starting off with the first one. When a game's first hour makes or breaks it, how tutorials, pacing, and opening missions affect player retention. Kicking it off. I think it's not necessarily, well, it varies, right? Depending on the game. But I also think we are in a day and age to where a lot of people have very short attention spans. So unless you know exactly what you're getting into and things like that, like you know what the game's full-on genre is, I won't even say like that first hour. I'll say that good first 15 minutes. That generally can really make or break how people respond to a game. Because now these days, a lot of people just want action, flare, action, good graphics, action, and no one really takes into account how the overall process of a game is. And not necessarily to blame, but to at least point out things like COD, things like Apex, or Battle Royale-esque games, so where you're just jumping right into the action, or more of the staples of what people play versus things that have a story to them. That's why if anybody's ever on TikTok, the Black Okage and stuff like that, and he talks about games that have been voted and things like that, and he says niggas only really care about games that have balls and or guns in them.
A ball and a gun.
It's like things like 2K and COD are always the main popular ones that niggas talk about, but they also the main ones that niggas complain about, but also the main ones that niggas continue to spend money and play. versus something with a good
Mm-hmm.
story to it,
Mm-hmm.
or something that is deserving of certain type of recognition and things like that. Or even when games come out and then like 5-6 years later people will play it and like, oh my gosh, this game was amazing, but it's always been like that, nothing has changed. Such as like Sleeping Dogs. When I first played Sleeping Dogs,
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, story and
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
combat and all. Niggas didn't play
Certain
the game
sleeping dogs have
until
been crazy.
on me. Niggas didn't play the game until 3 or 4 years later, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, why don't they make a
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping Dogs too?" When granted,
Oh my
Because y'all
goodness.
didn't play the first one.
I think the
Y'all didn't play the
company
first Sleeping
It got
Dogs.
canceled.
went
It got
down
canceled.
for other reasons. I don't think it was necessarily like they just
Mm-hmm.
couldn't
Mm-hmm.
fund thing. I think it was like fraud within the company. So I don't know the full score, but I know like the company went down for other reasons. But yeah, it's just like if you niggas don't play and actually like enjoy these games and actually give the games a chance, I mean, you'll never know what could be good or not. You guys care more about, oh my gosh, I gotta spend the next $40 on this skin in Apex because it looks nice, even though technically you're a third person viewing and you can't see it like 90% of the time.
It's that
Oh, like
repetition.
for
The human brain finds comfort in repetition. That's the reason we got schedules and shit like that. To train your brain to wake up and go to this place in the morning and be there all day and then come home at night, and your brain get used to that and it finds comfort in that. The same thing works like that with gaming, television shows. That's why One Piece is so popular, because you've been watching One Piece for years. It's known, and that's why One Piece going to a weekly anime now is going to be real weird for people to have that long stretch of no One Piece.
Me, number one example. Me.
Your brain finds comfort in that repetition, and the same is that's with video games too. Like a game like 2K, where you can jump right into the action, buy your VC, and hop straight into the repetition. And that's why that shit holds people so much better than a story-based game where there's different changing factors, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, all that type shit.
that, and like I would say, like games like I wasn't like, but like recently Highguard shut down because the players,
I just about to talk about that.
the playership just went down dramatically. And they spent 75 mil on they put in that game. So it's like people got to give games a try. Like, cause I know a lot of people love Mafia 1, 2, 3, and Old Country. Y'all sit there and play that, but y'all won't go play a game like Exodus 33 or Baldur's Gate. You feel me? Things that are just outside your realm of things.
Indeed.
Sam Black O'Clocker was definitely talking about. He was definitely talking about a specific group of people when he said, "There's usually when niggas be like gun and ball gamers. There's a specific group of niggas he's talking about when he's saying it's
the sad part is that group of niggas is the majority.
Exactly. That was and like and those are the majority of people that will complain about oh man, 2K got a Zen problem. People are greening too much. But guess what? They gonna buy 2K28, 2K27 every time. Every time, dog.
Hey, I would have to say that a big part that we haven't, I mean, we kind of touched on it in past podcasts, but it's really the fact that the tutorials, I feel like the best games that I have ever played required tutorials because they had a lot of mechanics, they had a lot of cool stuff. The reason why a lot of games now don't have like as good tutorials or in-depth tutorials is because people are making the same game just with like a different shell, right? So you don't need a tutorial because you've already played this style of game before, or like this style of game is so commonplace. This is a fifth time we've made something like this. Like we made something like this, so you don't really need a crazy tutorial. Like for instance, one of those games that had those higher skill cap games where tutorials required, nigga, would be like For Honor. Like you can't go into For Honor and try to play and play that without going through a tutorial. You're gonna get cooked. Like but and For Honor is one of those games where it had a unique system. Like that's one of those games that I hadn't really ever seen before. And like there's no game that I know of that's like it as far as the combat system. It requires a good tutorial. But things like let's say I'm not gonna say the long hanging fruit because you already said it, but like the battle royale games, I think there was one that came out.
Oh, what's the low hanging
recently.
fruit? What the low hanging fruit that was already said? Maybe what did I miss?
High
Low
guard, I think
hanging
it's talking
fruit
about.
is easily Call of Duty.
Oh,
There's
That.
there's
oh
not
yeah.
one to all of most first person shooter games play like Call of Duty. They got the
Yeah.
same buttons. Like I don't even look at the controls, dog. Like I know that I'm when I press this trigger, it's gonna shoot. The left trigger is aim down sights. The jump button's gonna be this. The crouch button's gonna be that. Like I know what all my buttons do, even though I haven't looked at the tutorial. I haven't seen anything. In fact, I skipped the tutorial. Honestly, I just jump straight into multiplayer because I already know, like I know how it all works.
Facts. From most shooters for sure. Most shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. They're not making a new game, so they don't need to give you a new tutorial. And plus, half the people, a lot of people kind of skip tutorials and stuff.
So I'm gonna say what Miles said in chat, and I'm gonna go into my thing. So Miles says, I don't mind tutorials, but for series that have a bunch of games in there, at least add a skip tutorial option like Pokemon, where 90% of your games have the same exact controls. At least ask me if I know the controls and if I want to skip all tutorials. You know what I'm saying, like the cards and Pokemon.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. So
That's reasonable.
where I say on this about the first hour. So first off, with tutorials, that I feel like me personally, as somebody that's played a ridiculous amount of games in my life, and specifically over the last 6 years that I've been streaming, I spend a lot of time gaming. A lot, like I pretty much completely got rid of my life for gaming. So like, I typically know within the first, let's say I do my tutorial for 15 minutes, and then I look around the world for a little bit, and I do my first mission. I typically know within the first 45 minutes of me playing the game, bar storytelling and character progressions and possible characters I'm going to meet, how a game is going to go, and if I think I'm going to rock with it or not. I leave that open gap, of course, for possible character interactions and the story progression stuff, like I was saying. I leave that gap there, but I typically in the first 45 minutes, I know what I'm saying. I think that the tutorial is actually very, very important. I think that's something that I feel like Blah was saying, ain't many games now because they're not as complicated, not a lot of games don't have as many mechanics, a lot of recycled type things. I think tutorials are very, 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 very important because while you're learning, I feel like with tutorials, while you're learning how a game is set up, I feel like in your mind, you're subconsciously judging the game as you're doing the tutorial. High guard, I talking about. I'm so mad that High Guard is arguably for me the fastest game to have its server shut down in history. In not even 2 months. It came out January 26th and it's shutting its servers down March 12th of this year.
That shit
Not even 2 months. Fastest shutdown I've ever seen in my entire life. That game was so. I was watching. I played that game more than most people. I think I was one of like the main people I was playing that bitch almost every day for a couple weeks. I was enjoying the game, and I think the tutorial actually did a very good job of breaking down how it was. It was like you get the mechanics and stuff of like the typical game, but like it was still different stuff in there. You had the looting mechanics of a battle royale, but you also had like the buying phase at the beginning of the rounds, like you would like a Counter-Strike. So I feel like they mixed the two. I feel like they mixed games together, and what you having a mount that you ride to go into battle. Like, I don't know, but I feel like they did such a good job, and I feel like that tutorial set that up for you pretty well to see what type of game you're gonna have. Again, even though Tim the Tapman said it isn't streamers' fault, I don't care what he says. I truly believe a big part of that is because of streamers, and there was a lot of streamers talking down, and 80% of the time, a streamer's chat is going to agree with the streamer no matter what. They're not going to have their own ideas. They're going to go with what the streamer says. You know, Tim Tapman says, I don't go. No, it is I wholeheartedly, I've seen it all the time. Streamers' chats go with what their streamer thinks. And there was a lot of people, a lot of streamers bashing the game. I think that's why they didn't really go play it for themselves. They just saw the streamer play it, see what he said, and went with that. So like, I feel like tutorials. I feel like that tutorial is very important in grabbing the attention of people. And I like that usually tutorial is like the 60% of how I feel about a game, and the 40% next is like that next opening mission. It's like it's like 45, 35, and then the rest of the game for the next few hours I'm gonna do with a judge. But the opening mission going into my second part, the opening mission, how well they established their character, how well they established that characters within that opening mission, how they introduce, and our interactions we have, and that first combat. So like how the story and the characters unfold within that very first hour, that very first mission, and then the combat I'm about to get is very important. I am one like that those two things are very, 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 very either helpful or detrimental to a game success. And I'm for like I truly I don't even think there's a problem with that. I think that's perfectly fine too. I actually think it's perfectly fine to be that way.
I got a thought on this.
Mhm.
I think another thing that plays into tutorial is like the moment or the setting of the tutorial. So, like Ma was saying, when games got multiple games in a franchise, they should switch it up and ask you want to skip the tutorial. A game with multiple games in its franchise that I think has great tutorials is Devil May Cry, because the tutorial is in the heat of the battle. Like, it's such an intense moment. I don't want to skip the Devil May Cry tutorials. I played all the games. I don't want to skip none
That
of
is
the
a
tutorials.
W point. W.
And it's like there's so much excitement in the battle itself that you kind of look past the fact that you're getting tutorial prompts. And you need these tutorial prompts because you want to beat this boss in front of you, because the tutorial is the boss fight. So I feel like the moment plays into the effectiveness of a tutorial too, versus like standing at the start of the level and them telling you how to move. You know what I'm saying?
That's a super W point actually. Super W.
Once you said that, Billy, it reminded me of two games that I played that had like similar things. One is Scarface, The Word Is Yours. We would never get a Scarface game because Al Pacino when I licensed his voice
from the
out.
end of the movie.
Yes, and it shows you how to go into rampage mode and all that stuff and shoot. And another one is, like you said, it's part of a franchise, but you still get tutorials, and that's Godfather 2. I never played the first one, but I played the second one.
You spitting,
and you go through. You begin with the story with the Don, knowing like Freak said, you get to see the important characters that you're going to run into later. And then they go off and send you on a mission, and you do the mission, and it tells you the tutorial how to do things, how to execute, and things of that nature. So like Billy said, like certain games, they need to bring that back, that aspect back of, all right, cool, we got tutorial, but how we make it to where it's just not boring or kind of pointless, even if it is a series that we already done it before. You feel me?
I'm gonna say one sentence towards Honjo's point, because I feel like because I didn't even think about that when I was doing that long spiel. I know I talked a lot. I'm gonna say one thing. That moment thing is so crucial. How games will already a game will start straight off, especially when they do it when they have like the title credits rolling and they're already starting the story of the game. And then as you're starting the story of the game, they throw the tutorial right in there, right in the action while the story is going on. I think that is the best tutorial you can ever do, in my opinion. In fact, you hit the nail on the head right there. That's the best tutorial you can ever do, in my opinion.
Yeah, because like Billy said, when you play, you going back into it.
On the flip side of that, start strong and then give me the tutorial. You know what I'm saying? The Last of Us. It's hard to turn that game off after getting through that opening scene.
Niggas, there ain't many games that made niggas cry. They opening scene. There ain't many games like that.
That is true.
That opening scene, ain't many games like.
Like if you start extremely strong out the gate like that and then hit me with the tutorial, I'm motivated to get through the tutorial because I need to finish this game.
Exactly. I need to. I'm gonna put it down after this.
I need to finish this game.
Yes.
That's
gonna have to bring up.
You made two big ass W points right there, Hunter. Two big ass W points, bro.
Hey, there's a couple games that I gotta bring up. Or even a specific genre that does it very well, in my opinion. A lot of the Souls-like games, I still run through these tutorials just every so often. Like the Souls-like games, their variety is just really nice in some ways. So like, to what was it, Mal's point? like being able to skip the tutorial if I've already played it before. Elden Ring is like a great example of this. The Cave of Knowledge, where
Yes, sir.
you can choose to go through the Cave of Knowledge if you haven't played the game and you want to learn how to do it. You can choose to run through it if you just want to pick up the extra bread for killing them. You can go through there if you want to practice your parries or do whatever, or you can just skip it outright and go fight the Erd Tree Sentinel. Like that's one of those examples, or in my opinion, one of those good ways to do it. Even I love to see this in video games is where they have a really hard boss. Like going to like even the beginning parts of Elden Ring, when you wake up, you have that big ass grafted Scion that you gotta try to fight without no heals, no buffs, no items, none of that.
They don't even expect you to beat that boss, and if you can, you're just different.
Yeah, right. And at that point, like shit, no need to worry. But I love stuff like that. Whereas you have one of those bosses where like it's kind of hard to deal with at the beginning, and it kind of gives me a reason to run through those tutorials to practice some of my mechanics. But even if I don't want to, I don't have to. Another example would be Sekiro. They have a boss that's hard that it's hard to beat. Where you gotta fight. Is it Genichiro in the middle of the grass? At the very beginning after you ran through, you got taught all the mechanics of hiding and shit like that.
Indeed.
That was cool. It built on a story. You try to, if you were nice enough to beat Genichiro, great job. If not, you got cooked. And then
That's like
First
Devil
Berserker
May Cry 4.
Kazan is also a really good tutorial, where the tutorial is also walking you through the beginning of the story and helping you unlock weapons and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that one as well. Where even though it was a tutorial, the game was still hard enough for me to feel like I still needed to learn something.
That is fact. I'm gonna throw one out here right quick myself too. You know what I'm saying? Because we've already said the main character already. So I gotta throw it. You know what I'm saying? A game that I think does this mechanic of opening mission and tutorial very well, that you won't put the game down and actually grabs your attention and keeps your attention. Resident Evil games. Specifically, Leon's games of 2, 4, and 9. Saying 2 is the start of like the main start, like I believe that like the main start of all the Raccoon City stuff. Like, it's like the big gist and like main start of all the Raccoon City stuff. I don't remember a lot of 2 because I'm playing the remake again. I'm about to start the remake all over again right now. I don't really remember, but I just know I'm saying you're learning about everything off the jump right there. 4, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You made it through Raccoon City. You know what I'm saying? You work under the president's daughter.
President's daughter.
Now the president's daughter is, you know what I'm saying, kidnapped. They give you this crazy opening scene of everything, opening story. Like you already locked in, like, oh shit, I gotta rescue the president's daughter. Like what? I was like, oh shit. And then they send you to a village and all this. I'm like, oh shit, hold on now.
Yeah, I said to Freak's point. My bad. To Freak's point, like to let people know what he mean by like the opening scene for 4. You get a whole visualization of the world going to end. You got to take the president's daughter. You rolling with 2 people. Those 2 people will die, and then you're in a village. Once you get in that village, you have to kill people until like the bell rings, and that's where one of the most famous Resident Evil characters come in at, is in that village part with the chainsaw. That's a little bit further. That's a little bit into it. That's a little into it. That's a little into it. That's in the village though. Right. It is, but that ain't like the opening though. I'm still at the opening. You went a little far, but I'm still open. But I feel what you're saying though. Yeah. You get what I was saying though.
But like they show you the whole like you show up in this creepy ass village, like even like Hanzo was saying, story. They give you the whole story up front, and like with Last of Us, they give you the whole story up front and show you the village and everything, and then they show this crazy ass person in front of you, and then after seeing all this, then they throw the tutorial of how things work in there right after. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you're already locked into the game. Like, oh shit, well show me, and they put the person right in front of you that you got to shoot. And they're like, your first command tutorial is shoot something. that's gonna keep that's automatically gonna keep people attention quick. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with 9. I haven't played 9, but I just know how that bitch start. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those Resident Evil games like that's like top tier of how the game start. And I'm gonna throw Outlast out there as one of those also top tier. One of the scariest games of all time. You know what I'm saying? Outlast is another one of those that you go through a whole story first and they throw you into it and then you get the tutorial while you're already thrown into it. You know what I'm saying? Hanzo really cooked with that point. That's super true. I think those are my favorite games. Is when they give you the full story locked in first and then give me a tutorial.
They hook you in, and that tutorial don't feel like a tutorial no more. It just
at all.
I gotta get past this.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game.
Need this.
Yo, do y'all like it? I know touched on this earlier, but do y'all like it when the tutorial is actually difficult? And like when you're it's like where you got a chance to die, your chances of dying are pretty likely.
I'm different than most people in this question because I like my game tough in general. I like my game tough in general, so I'm a little bit different.
I don't mind the tutorial being hard because it helps me. For me personally, if a tutorial is hard, it helps me remember. So going later on down the line, it helps me remember the little intricacies of the game because a lot of people, I've been watching a lot of walkthroughs lately. A lot of people just do the walkthroughs. They just see the tutorial, they do the basics, and then they carry on with the basics through the tutorial. Then complain, man, why I can't do this and that? Because they rush through the tutorial instead of just learning the things. Like in Saints Row, I think it's 4. I think 4, where you pick a wrestling, you pick a style of fighting, and you get to do a lot of combos in the sense and doing things when you fight instead of just your basic fighting that you do within that style. So it's like I like the hard tutorials, and I like it because that you get to do the intricate, the small details. For me means a lot when you do the tutorials and you actually do the tutorials, not just speed through them. Like, all right, let me get to the game.
Yeah, I agree. I like the hard tutorials. Actually, I actually love the hard tutorials way more than like the easy ones.
Definitely, because like my retention with the easy ones, my retention isn't there. I'm already getting bored. My tutorials too easy. I'm like, hey, get me through this shit. Hurry up.
Because I guess like a Mario Sunshine tutorial, you wouldn't be as attentive in a sense, or Mario Galaxy in a sense, because it's not as difficult, but it's it's pretty easy, pretty simple.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. A lot of tutorials seem like they're really just checking to see if you have a pulse, right? It's just like, can you press this button? Can you press that button? It's not how or when you should press that button. Some like in like a complex sense. Only a couple games I got my ass beat where I was my ass beat trying to master the tutorial.
Actually, God of War is another one of those good examples too.
Oh yeah,
That's what I thought you.
God of War.
That's what I thought you was gonna say instead of Resident Evil 3. I thought you were gonna say God of War.
I just thought about it because I just read that I was just reading what Mal said about Final Fantasy 15. I was like, damn, you definitely right about Final Fantasy 15. And I was like, I was thinking about, yep, actually Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 10, specifically 10, because 10 is one of my favorite games of all time. 10 gave you 10 was, I think was done. 10 was that first one, I think, maybe 8. Actually, it might be 8. But 10 was that first one that I remember with Titus. With his, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the fucking world blew up, and it was just Titus. Here's a sword, nigga.
All hood. 10 was that first one that really was like, oh shit, nigga, they do this amazing ass opening, and then you just thrown in there. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? You run. I think you're running like a bridge or something, like the world looks like it's like it's collapsing around you.
That shit's crazy.
Well, situation. I'm not gonna lie. He should be throwing you in the deep end. Hey, little nigga, figure it out. What?
And I like how the end boss is called Sin. It's like that's like a you know what I'm saying, double entendre right there. How nigga the end boss is Sin and how they break it down. Like for anybody that's watching the podcast, if you haven't played Final Fantasy X, that's a game that stands the test of time. It's turn based, but it's a game that stands the test of time.
Word. I also want to mention Dispatch. Dispatch is one of a newer game that's came out that had a tutorial that was pretty fun or pretty interesting, and I wouldn't have been able to play that game without the tutorial. Like at some points, I was like, I think I kind of got it. But I think the first time I did the dispatch tutorial, I think I failed like 40%. I failed a couple of missions. Like, I didn't get a perfect tutorial on those because I'd be missing timers, or I sent too many people out, or I sent the wrong hero. Um, that's one of those games too where the tutorial mattered because it also progressed the story. How you did in there, change characters' dialogue just a tiny bit. And it also helped me lock in for the rest of it. Like, oh, how do I really send these niggas out? And it also introduced you to the cast. Some of the characters in the tutorial you got to see during the cutscenes. My bad.
I know we laughing. I was typing in the Hazy Flame chat.
Nigga stupid.
Keep going.
No, I mean that was it. The dispatch tutorial is one of those games that's unlike most games. Like most of the games, it brought a new system and had a good tutorial for it.
It really started to like because Final Fantasy X, like Mao was saying, you're playing a sports match. It's like water. It's like a mix of Hogwarts Quidditch mixed with water rugby. I forgot what it was called though. I forgot what it was called. It was you're playing some type of water sport, and then the world goes to shit all of nowhere. And then nigga, you gotta figure it out with the toy like that. Final Fantasy X goes crazy. But it's God of War, the original God of War, and the new God of War.
Blitzball
started off beautiful. Yeah, Blitzball, which is literally water Quidditch. I don't care what niggas say. That's water Quidditch and water rugby. I don't fuck me.
Hey, shout to rugby.
Man, that shit is nigga. But God of War, how you start off with nothing. The old God of War, how you start off nigga on a ship. You just gotta immediately get into the smoke. No, you don't even get the full story yet. Then you just immediately start on the ship and get into the smoke and God of War. And then the newer ones, how nigga, and the newer ones, how you got the shit. You gotta talk about Atreus losing his mom and all of that. And then you get the fucking God coming in right afterwards. That you got nigga grabs you off the rip. Like these are games that start like all of these games we've named are games that grabbed you so perfectly, and then they threw the tutorial in there. It's like that's the like if niggas ain't learning, that's a top tier formula. That's a top tier formula.
Oh yeah, because they do it in Red Dead 1 and 2. You know, you get into the mission.
I got both of those, and I ain't played them yet.
Oh, you need to, bro.
I know, trust me.
So I ain't saying too much about Red Dead a lot. I just talk about what I do in that motherfucker. But the tutorials are like around because you even learn how like during the mission, like I would say the first couple, it's just a lot of. That's just I would say a lot, but first couple missions you end up learning how to play poker. You feel me? You unlock on how to play poker. You feel me? And dominoes. Like you learn how to do the minute things that you would actually end up coming to like to do. You won't play dominoes as much because you don't make no money, but poker, I like that.
I think I tried. I pretty much like. That's pretty much like even though this wasn't a thing that was like a consensus type of thing. That's pretty much like the overall consensus. That you know what I'm saying. Throwing your tutorial kind of in your opening mission, kind of intertwining the two, kind of keeps people intertwined. Kind of like that. That's definitely like. I think that keeps the player retention rate by quite a bit. You know what I'm saying?
You kind of gotta clarify that somewhere. Like, I know that you can like click a tutorial from like a menu, and that's like different than what you're talking about. But I feel like a lot of games have like a tutorial in the story in the very beginning of the story. What you're talking about is like it seems to be something different where the tutorial is more important than how a lot of games do it.
Well, like, for instance, I mean, you already know these. I'm like, you played a lot of these games we were in. Like, that's how it is. Like, it's the opening mission, and the tutorial is thrown in at the beginning of the opening mission. So it's like
baked into it, where you're not gonna finish this mission unless you learn how to do this.
Rather than, I'm saying, would you like to skip this tutorial you go to like most MMOs or RPGs, you skip the tutorial and like then you're put into this open hub to where you start the game and stuff from there. Like nothing like now unless that's done amazingly well, that ain't happen.
Indeed.
Don't make cry. They throw you into a boss fight and learn this game or die. Choice
Learn this game or die.
And the boss fight usually be death, literally and metaphorically.
Me.
Damn.
All right, I'm not sure if anybody else.
And we pretty much answered the pacing thing too. I feel like the pacing automatically was intertwined in there. What we were saying.
Indeed.
Yep. Yeah. That pretty much
Okay, cool. Next.
Oh, and Super Battle Golf.
Franchises. Let's try this again. Video games as modern mythology. How franchises create legends, symbols, and archetypes similar to ancient myths.
Now, one thing I'll say right here, one game this part pretty well. How friends create legends, symbols, and archetypes. It's like Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that game does this quite well.
Indeed. To add on one, I would say Assassin's Creed, because they do reference a lot of Bible things in Assassin's Creed, but they put their own spin on it. And in regards to like the orb you're trying to find and collect, or about, it's like the apple of Eden and stuff like that, but it's not really like an apple. It's like a super world destroying orb type shit. And I would say Assassin's Creed, or the series of Assassin's Creed, for a little minute, most definitely follow that mold.
I would say the Mafia franchise follows that as well, because all three Mafias are tied together through a lot of lore and their characters, whether it goes from, I'm not counting Old Country because I haven't played it or seen a walkthrough on it, but I know for a fact 1 through 3 they all have ties to each other, even being that in I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but a certain character does come back at the end of the game in 3 that you see in 1 and 2. So it's like the lore in that game is very it's very thought out and good for it.
Oh, Word Hero, you said you haven't saw a playthrough of Mafia, the Old Country. We got a good friend called Ken Station 7 on her YouTube channel. She has a playthrough or semi playthrough of the Mafia, the Old Country. I think you should give it a look see. Follow Ken Station 7 on YouTube as Ken Station. That's KEN, like Ken from Street Fighter, Station like PlayStation, 7 like the number 7, or the 7 bitches that ain't text you back. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff.
Shout out to all our friends who out there succeeding and making YouTube videos and shit. Hey, I will tell you though, to my friends out there, if you do playthroughs and stuff, you feel me? If you're doing a playthrough of Pocopia, I'm not watching. The first time I experienced that game will be my playthrough. I'm not watching. I'm sorry. I love you though. Anyway, I feel like Mafia 3 is a really dope game when it comes to like creating a lore, because of the way they handled the cutscenes, where the characters from the story are talking in the past tense about the main character, and it makes it feel like he was some long lost legend.
And at the same time,
interview style cutscenes, like shit, it was dope.
And like at the same time, you do affect it at the end on how it ends in a sense. You feel me? So like, and when that way Mafia 3 ends, I low key wish they would have kind of continued with the character they ended with. In a sense, I'd have been gladly played as him in a Mafia 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? And Red Dead does a good job as well with his lore. It's more detailed in a sense, but it does have great lore to where you can. Because I'm not gonna spoil because Freak hasn't played it yet, but it's got little lores and tidbits of there of what the Red Dead universe is. The same with GTA, because in San Andreas they mention Ray from Liberty City. And on top of that, when you play Grand Theft Auto 4, you have the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost in the Dam, and you see how those stories intertwine and how stuff comes together. Because when you play that game all the way through, you play DLC, you be like, oh man, so this is what's going on. So this is what led up to the diamonds, and this was led up, and this is what the diamonds led up at, and stuff like that. So GTA does a great job outside of Vice City, Liberty City stories, 4, San Andreas, and 5 all are linked together. And that's a great lore in a sense because it's only one game in Grand, well, 2 if you want to count the one in London, but niggas ain't played that game ever. So, yeah.
I mean, I just gotta say one more. My bad. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, you can go. I'm about to. I'm
just gonna speak on my old point that I already brought up. I gotta say Horizon Zero Dawn one more time. I think they did that. I thought of they did that amazingly, and I think that how it also can intertwine with our current world of how we're moving towards AI and robotics. Like, what happens if we get to a point when like even though that's not what that not Horizon Zero Dawn is, like what happens if we do get to a point to where AI and stuff really gets too what they get like too advanced to a point that they take over and like we get moved to a more primitive world because we can't rely on technology and AI. I feel like Horizon Zero Dawn did such a good job making their myth, lore, and artifacts, legends, all of that. I feel like they did such an amazing job while also tying it to like what could be in our current time. I feel like they did such an amazing job. And I also got to throw out there Skyrim. Elder Scrolls Skyrim did an amazing job creating their that 2012 that took the world by storm with the world they created, the legends and everything they created. Like took the world by storm. I feel like that Skyrim made it to where other games had to step it up in the future. With if they were gonna make their own world, they really had to like make something that can really stand out to its viewer and user.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because I had some questions about the question because the way we were answering it, it was like which games like have good lore instead of like how that lore has like or like how those games kind of impacted like our culture. It felt like when you first asked the question, it was more about like the impact on the culture. Like how did this game create like its own sort of archetype or this own sort of character that we reference outside of the game?
To like kind of answer that, like to go back to GTA, like when you play GTA San Andreas and you see Ray, and if you played GTA 3, you knew Ray, because Ray never talked. When that character came up in the scene, he didn't talk. You knew that was, and he said that was Ray. And she's going back to Liberty City. So that like a nugget there. You feel me? Because you was messing with this shorty, and she chose Ray over you. You feel me? She chose Ray over you. So you like, and then when you get to like, I would say Grand Theft Auto 4, where that lore of the Battle of Gay Tony, a lot of people fuck with that DLC because they love the characters within that realm, and they love how they see the different perspective of how that heist went wrong and what went wrong there and what they was going through. And then if you played the Lost in the Down, and if you like, I would say that's kind of lesser of the two, but still, that was a good way to see on the other side of things because that was like how shit went wrong for Nico. But when you play Battle of Gay Tony, you see Nico, like, oh shit, Nico. So it's like in that sense, that's how it kind of impacted that culture of the game. Because then once you go to GTA 5, you might not see CJ, but you go to Grove Street, you be like, oh shit, it's Grove Street. You know, so people will go to you know, you in Los Santos, you'll go down and try to travel to Grove Street where you played San Andreas, that you go to those neighborhoods. Yeah, so it's that like that lower there is the culture part of it. People will go back to those games and go try to find the spots or look at the people, find the people in a sense.
Like to go even deeper, Blood, which was like how we were answering. To go even deeper, we're talking about like the game, like games that create their own almost like mythology with their legends. Like I'm going even deeper than what he was talking about. I'm going like deeper. Games that create their own mythology with their legends and artifacts and like what can be languages, artifacts, like they created their own mythology the same way how like when we look back we look back to things that can be like our folklore and mythology and stuff. That's why I brought up things like Horizon Zero Dawn, because that game has set up such a profound system, and like they have their own thing they can go back into with their mythology and everything. They set up like their own world mythology you can look back into and everything. And I just compared it to how they took that with how our world is moving towards AI technology. I just compared it to in that way, but it's really just how games set up with their legend mythology, how what it's up as opposed to how we have like our folklore and mythologies when we look back on stuff.
Resident Evil got movies.
Yeah, like their lore is way more layered and a lot.
That shit got so deep. They started making movies about that shit.
Man, I was speaking of movies. I was gonna bring up the OG because they got a whole lore within his characters about what's going on and things of that nature. Mario, like people like that whole game within itself has lore to where when you grew up, you thought the Donkey Kong you see today is not the Donkey Kong in Jumpman, because people don't realize his name was Jumpman. It wasn't Mario until you got to Super Mario. And then you found out, oh, okay, well, that's not Donkey Kong, that's his grandfather. And then once you play the the Mario Baseball Sluggers or Mario Baseball, you got even more lore about the characters, about where they stay and things of that nature. So so Mario is one of those ones where the lore within itself, you research it, you find out lore within the characters. About Yoshi. Yoshi was not even a main character. He was just somebody you could just, it was a dinosaur you ride for a point in time until you lose Yoshi, until they reintroduce him to be like a player character.
I got to throw one more. I got to throw one. Just like that shit just hit me. It shit just hit me at all. Listen, even though we have what me and Hero about to say had nothing to do with each other, he was talking and everything. Mass Effect with its how Mass Effect set up its galactic history, I feel like is another crazy one. Like that they set up such a whole system. Like they set up such a whole system in history and mythology with their with the what were they Reapers or Reapers. I think they're called Reapers or something. Like they set up their own history and stuff, and then you're playing through like that and making the decisions and stuff, and like it's like we're comparing it to like how we have our ancient myths in real life, like that would be their, like that was their myths and stuff that was like put into fruition, and now like, we're making the decision for ourselves. I feel like so that like that Mass Effect, and I'll also even put kinda. I wouldn't really say Dead Space. I about to say Dead Space. I wanted to put keep that galactic spill. I kind of wanted to, but
I thought you were gonna say Uncharted.
I was trying to keep with the galactic theme. I was trying to think of another galactic.
Okay.
I'm put Final Fantasy in that mix. Final Fantasy with the gods of Final Fantasy. Funny enough, a lot of people don't really notice it, but every Final Fantasy game is just what's going on the ground while the gods are fighting each other. The gods are boxing in the backdrop, and we're on the ground dealing with the chaos from it. That's every Final Fantasy game.
Run me my fade, nigga.
And I gotta throw another one out because this shit just hit me as he brought up Final Fantasy because the way he said that, nigga. Gears of War. Gears of War did an amazing job setting up their own, setting up their own the lore, and saying history, saying myth. Like they said, like amazing. Gears of War did an amazing job. That spent over 5 games of really going through. You know what I'm saying? Certain people that are going through the same, like now Gears of War did another one that did an amazing.
Like I said, Uncharted is one of those ones, and like how you said, blah, about the culture effect. You know what I'm saying? You are in. It may not do with the historical relics and stuff like that, but when you're in the game, you can play Crash Bandicoot because Square Enix made both those games. So you chilling and playing as Nathan Drake, playing as Crash Bandicoot for like a little segment time period. How long you gonna play that shit?
You want to talk about some transcendence? You feel me? Devil May Cry created the greatest sibling rivalry in all of media.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Not even just video games, media in general.
because they do have movies and anime.
In fact, they took a system that was already there. You know what I'm saying? Demons and all that. They took a system that was already there and just expanded upon it with their own. Hey, I mean, yeah.
Y'all, question, right?
Answer.
So, this was like as far as the question. Have y'all heard of Vecna?
The nigga
I have
from
not.
Stranger Things.
Oh, see, so that's the thing. So Vecna isn't like a mythology from like some old story or anything. Vecna comes from like Dungeons and Dragons and D&D and Baldur's Gate, like shit like that. Like that's something that has like started in like a game, like the game of Dungeons and Dragons. It started in a game and it's kind of rippled its way out and crawled into our culture. But like of Vecna or like of a Vecna type thing, even though you haven't actually like made know everything about the story. So Vecna was like this creature or thing that turned into these objects, and whoever possesses or tries to put on these objects gets powers, but they also get controlled by Vecna, the original thing. And so like that's one of those cultural things that started from a game and kind of like rippled out and kind of became like a symbol or like a myth, an archetype of like there's this object that's really like a living entity and it's corrupting things. Where I think they have it in uh what's that game called? It's the horror game that everybody plays now. Is it Dead by Daylight? He became like a killer in Dead by Daylight.
They did. Yep.
Yeah, he's also in Baldur's Gate. Like it's references to the character are also in Baldur's Gate, and I think there are probably um references to that character that's not from like it started from like a game, and like that's one of those things that where like a franchise or created a symbol and it started to turn in and creep into everything else, like create and become a part of the culture.
As a W answer or the facts.
Coming from the good old Twitch chat. Shout out to Mastro. He said, "I'm amazed how they can make new Final Fantasy games with different casts of characters every time and still have them well received. I guess it's that Star Trek effect."
Tricky.
Granted, that is pretty true because vast majority of Final Fantasy, they all do not connect with each other. And it's always a new main character with a new antagonist with a new set
different
of
parts of the world. Like it really shows the scope of everything, of how large scale the battle of the gods is. Shit spans different nations, different timelines.
I'm gonna say because 7, 8, 10, and 13 are all quite different characters, and 7, 8, 10, and 13 are all profound games that stand out among the Final Fantasy series, but they do not go along with it.
Indeed.
Final Fantasy 15 is extremely modern, and then Final Fantasy 16 is medieval.
Also very true.
It's crazy how the gods just be boxing like that.
Also, I know we talked about it earlier because he was one of our favorite, one of the characters that made it through the cut. Assassin's Creed's lore is pretty in depth from like you said, like going from medieval times to ancient times to goddamn pirate times. So that one, it may not have like Blah said, that cultural impact of things of that nature, but the lore of it runs deep through almost every game.
A lot of it is very historical.
Accurate. Yeah.
Indeed.
So like that's another one. It may not have that cultural impact, but the lore from the game itself, it is amongst the fans talked about a lot.
I remember I was in history class and I brought up something that happened in Assassin's Creed 2. My teacher was impressed as hell.
He said when the Medicis died.
I did this mission and this shit intrigued me, bro. That's all that was.
I don't remember teaching that nigga this. Fuck you learned this from?
I mean, Assassin's Creed does kind of fall into like a similar category in my like hero or like Ezio as a legend or as a character is something that exists now. Where like Ezio has been brought into what was it like Soul Calibur or other games where this character like it has came out of the game and he exists as like its own sort of entity and he's affected the culture. Kratos is also a good example too, where like some games that aren't God of War will bring in God of War or Kratos into as a character that you can play with, or
Shovel Knight,
reference weapons and shit like that.
like Shovel
It's
Knight,
like,
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, those are about the only two I got right there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I would say as soon as you said that, Bob, that made me think Mortal Kombat with more so
Yeah.
Scorpion than Sub-Zero, but Scorpion in particular with the lore of everybody, lore, but they hone in more with Scorpio and Sub-Zero. Scorpio has that cultural effect where he's been in Soul Calibur. He's been in, I would say, that in other games, but like that's another one that has that lore of how did Jax get his metal arm? Why is Scorpion and Sub-Zero always beat? Why is Kano and Sonya Blade like this? So I think that's another one.
I can definitely kind of see Mortal Kombat because like when we think about like this topic at its simplest terms, is games that is made like legends / figures, items, or stuff that we would talk about like the same way we would talk about like a myth. I think like things we just bring up. So like I can definitely see, you know what I'm saying, Mortal. I'm saying Scorpions Get Over Here is known throughout everything. So I can definitely see it. Like that's known through everything.
How much and how little it take for different motherfuckers to transcend like that. Like Scorpion got one line. That nigga Sephiroth. That nigga Sephiroth has a song. First time you hear the song, the nigga ain't even actually there.
You see houses burning down, just raging fire. Then you just see a long hair, 6'4" nigga with a long sword just turn around slowly and just walk off. Nigga, we know you the cool guy, but fuck you.
And I know
now when that one black wing spawned out though, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. When that one black wing, that nigga got me. I was like, nigga. I was like, oh shit, this nigga different. Oh shit, this nigga different.
It may not be a lion belly, but let me ever get ice powers. I'm doing Sub-Zero fatality.
Wait, excuse me. You watch your mouth. You watch your.
I said if I ever
you watch your goddamn mouth. There's only one nigga that's got ice powers, and that's me. You watch your goddamn mouth.
You not getting ice powers.
To read a comment for the Twitch chat. Shout out to Electric. Appreciate you for rocking with us and things like that. We do this every Friday, so if you do want to come around, make sure to hit that good old follow button. But he said I was playing Assassin's Creed Shadows and I'm enjoying it, but was surprised when I was listening to other podcasts. Seems like almost everyone I heard talk about it feel tired of open world games or just prefer the earlier games. Felt like I was alone since I had never played a game in the series before.
Oh yeah, I love them, dog. That's like
the more recent Assassin's Creed games have been insanely expensive though. I can understand why people would be a little turned off by it, but I love open world games. I love dumping hours in the games. I have there's like 4 or 5 games that I have 600 plus hours in.
I love care.
Dumping out.
I don't care who attacks me in the comments that sees this. I don't care. I don't care. The majority of people that don't like open world games are simple. I don't care. I'm sticking by that. I think majority of people that don't like open world games are simple. They're simple. They want to get from point A to point. They want to get from point A to point B as quick as possible. They want to be led through the game. They don't want to do no exploration, nothing. They're simple. I don't care. I'm sticking with them, and that's majority. I didn't say everybody. That's majority. They're simple. I don't care. I'm sticking by that. Attack me if you want to. I defend it all.
And I like getting my money's worth, bro. I like that it takes me 175 hours to beat this game I spent $70 on.
But like you know how long it took me to 100% get Saints Row, the original Saints Row, which I ain't gonna lie, it's still playable and fun to this day. But it took me a while to 100% that, and I had all the fun doing it. I don't regret putting at least 200 hours into that game. I don't regret it, not one bit.
We love some open world smoke over here. We love that shit.
I say that's my main. If it, like I'm at the point nowadays, if a game ain't open world, I damn near don't want it. Unless it's
Yeah,
that's almost
you gotta have something.
Boy,
You gotta have something else in there, something good to pull me in. That shit ain't open world.
I need a little freedom. I don't want to be on the straight and narrow.
The only games that I mean, I ain't lie. By this, I actually like. I'm doubling down. Only games that can escape that are horror games. So the only games that don't need to be open world for me to truly enjoy. They still need to have a element of exploration for me. They can't just be straight. I can't go like I can only go straight. I can barely go left or right. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near just nothing but corridors. I'll get bored. Like it still has to have some form of exploration. But horror games are the only ones that mostly escape that open world. Besides that, if it ain't open world or it ain't a shooter, I don't want it. Low key, I don't care. I'm
is that a little bit of cap though? Like, do you not play fighting games?
I've been stopped playing fighting games.
Yeah, he don't.
I haven't touched the fighting game in years.
You play games like Dispatch?
I haven't touched it yet. I will play Dispatch, but I haven't touched it yet.
But that's not really an open world game. That's like a complete. You locked into the story. You only got choices.
But at the same
but
time,
I'm also not exploring. I mean, that's also one of them games. Is like I'm also not like that's not a game that's built on. I'm a main character doing this. Going through, I'm not a main character that's set on. You know what I'm saying? Going through this story mode of a game doing this.
I've still not seen that because you are a main character. Your name is Robertson, and you are going.
I know. I watched the first 5 arcs of the game, but that's still not really. Like even that nigga's mostly like that nigga's a dispatcher. Like the majority, like a lot of that part of the dispatcher. Like that, you're not really the nigga that's going out in the field and going from point A to point B to like point A, point B, point C, doing a story type thing.
Detroit Become Human.
That's different. Batman? That's different. That's an exception. I don't play Batman games. I don't play Batman games.
I mean, like the Batman Telltale series.
I ain't playing none of that shit.
Detroit Become Human is just a little bit different because that's a movie that you are playing. That goes along with a Till Dawn. That's besides that point. Those are the non-variable.
I always say, Block, to your point about fighting games for me, like fighting games, I can play those probably non-stop. I can play Fight Night, Undisputed, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Tekken. I can just play those because I know for a fact I'm just playing those to fight. I'm not playing open world games thinking I'm gonna be free and all, and then next thing you know, I'm just going in a straight and narrow. That's different. You expect in a fighter, you have certain things you expect to come from. Like in Mortal Kombat, I play online. When online pisses me off, I'm going to the ladder and then I'm testing my mic. I'm doing things of that nature with this game.
Which game was that? Which Mortal Kombat game was that? Because I still think that's one of the best Mortal Kombat games. Whichever Mortal Kombat game where you was able to explore the different realms, like outer realm and stuff. I don't remember which one it is. I don't know if that was Deadly Alliance or it was the one right after Deadly Alliance. I still think that's one of the best games because you was able to explore and have an open world feel to a fighting game. I still think it's one of the best Mortal Kombat games over all the other ones.
Yeah, for me, I see where you're coming from, but me personally, like, if I'm playing open world game, I want it to be open world so I can explore, so I can move around. When I get back to the main story, yeah, but let me explore the world that they made so I can see what's going
on. Electric. Yes, they stated. See, it got me thinking because while they can easily stick with their smaller games, it made me wonder what's the difference was between a well-designed world and a bad designed one, because I can totally understand worlds feeling barren and uneventful. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you damn near answered your question right there.
Yeah, I was about to say
damn near.
World. That's exactly why. Like when I explore somewhere and I don't find shit, I'm less likely to explore next time. Like if I'm like, oh, if I spent, especially Borderlands is a great game because they typically hide chests in like hard to reach locations. But if I spend some time trying to go through this jumping puzzle, trying to jump up on these rocks, and I don't find a chest up there, I'm not doing it again. Like I spent like 5 minutes getting up here, and there wasn't shit. I'm not doing it again.
Electric. Actually, we actually have one of our previous podcasts. I don't remember which one it was, where we actually specifically spent damn near an hour breaking down open world games and what makes some open world game. I don't remember which number it is, but one of our past podcasts we actually broke down what makes a good open world game and why they do so well. I just
Some
don't
games
remember what
like
number it
survival
was.
games are great open world, like obviously, but like survival games, they always have some interesting stuff on them where it's not necessarily boring because you have to go out to find resources and you typically find like these castles where you find some sort of entity, whether it's an enemy, object, or area. Those are always pretty cool. A lot of that can be solved though by having a good map. Like
Yeah.
some games have a map that's just so good it doesn't really matter as much. Like Elden Ring's map was pretty cool, but they also had a lot of stuff going on.
Elden Ring map is top tier.
Yeah,
I argue niggas down. I think that's one of the top 5 best made maps of all time, right there.
I
yeah.
will
Base
put.
Elden Ring, base Elden Ring, base Elden
I
Ring.
will
Best
put.
Elden Ring. I haven't touched the DLCs,
I
Oh
obviously.
will.
yeah, the DLC they got so much verticality where you like the map is helpful, but at the same time, it can give you so much information and still not give you the way to go where you need to go. The Elden Ring map is beautiful because even the small cabins be shown on the map where you
See,
can zoom
okay.
in.
When I said top 5 map of all time, I actually didn't mean like the top map. I actually meant like the actual landscape. I didn't mean the
Yeah.
actual map you use to navigate.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the map you use to navigate.
Ah, see,
Like the
okay.
land and the landscape too. That's included because the map is just a representation of the landscape. But Elden
True.
Ring's map is really good at just seeing. Oh, there's what's that box right there? Like that box is actually important.
I would throw Red Dead 2 in that same realm because of how things like you travel from one part to the next, you will see the drastic difference in it from day, night, snow, raining, what's there, what's supposed to be there, what's not there, what's in season, what's not in season. Whether it be you're fishing at the lake, you're on the train. I'll throw Red Dead 2. I ain't played Red Dead 1 yet. I plan on playing it, but I know for sure Red Dead 2 fits that to a T. What you saying? Map wise, but the actual thing, yeah. I'll put that in.
But just to throw out there, you know what I'm saying? Well, before we detour a little bit too much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got this last topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta go to 4 minutes, huh?
Oh,
Alright,
I
we
thought
can
I
do
thought
it
I
in 4
thought I thought we
minutes.
started. I thought we started pretty
Oh,
late. Never mind. I thought we started like 15 minutes late. So I thought we still had a good like 12, 15. Never mind.
Leave yourself. I mean, let's niggas want to speed run it.
Hey.
I'm saying, looking at the last topic, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna name a few, but I ain't got too much. I ain't got too many on there, so I mean, it's up to y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
fuck it.
I agree. I
Fuck it.
agree.
Why not? We're here. The best in-game economies, games that make currency trading and resource management feel meaningful.
Red Dead 2. Okay, Red Dead.
I already knew Red Dead was gonna be up there.
Yeah, because
From the videos I've
get,
seen, yep.
yeah, because like what you get from the land itself, you can make money from it. You go kill a squirrel, gator, buck, gator, fucking turkey, whatever you find out in the wild, you can go make money off of it, or you can go craft it yourself and end up selling it. You can go get some ginseng, some ivory, some carrots, some mint. You can go make snake oil and go end up selling that snake oil, or use the snake oil, or make bullets and sell the bullets. Like it's whatever you like. It's almost like what you make, you can sell or use yourself.
I got two entries here. The one is, my favorite game of all time. Gotta
Of
be Baldur's
course.
Gate 3.
Yeah, of course.
Gotta be Baldur's Gate 3, bro. Because you start from literally the bottom, and like you have it's one of those games where you got to survival, where you have to gather supplies in order to rest or to survive. If you don't have enough supplies, you won't be able to get that full rest, which means that you might get cooked the next battle because you don't have all your abilities. But you also get items from enemies that you can either use, you can you can sell them back to merchants, but you also have to worry about whether or not you can carry them all. It's like the basic RPG stuff. Skyrim was also great. It's kind of like
I was
that.
about to say that too.
Yeah,
I'm about to say that one next.
Skyrim, one of them examples where you got nigga, you will have to master a skill. Like you're not just gonna. You can try to just be an adventurer, but Skyrim is like, oh, okay. So how am I gonna make bread? What kind of job am I gonna have? Am I gonna make bread via blacksmithing, alchemy, or like fucking adventuring? Like I got a job here because I need to make money in order to afford things, and I need to be able to afford arrows because I'm running low. Like I can't. I got I've looted last time I looted this body. I only got 2 out of my 3 arrows back. Um, Shit like that was also like I love those games, and those were some examples. Honorable mention would have to be Back for Blood too, though, because I have been scavenging for gold, for copper coins inside of cars. I've been fucking, hey, are you using that assault rifle ammo? Like dropping my like carrying ammo that I'm not even gonna use because I know my homie's gonna need it. Like those.
So I go when I kind of throw not fully on the same scale as Skyrim, but low key Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair too. That's fair too.
Not it's not that in depth with it. I feel like that is resource management and current. That's definitely one of those right there.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely.
And I'm literally restarting Dragon's Dogma right now. I downloaded that bitch the other day. I was like, yeah, I need to play this game all over again.
I wish that game was co-op. I promise you, I'll play it with you, dog. I wish that game was co-op or everything.
To throw in that same realm, shout out Zorro and shout out Lando. They've been playing it. Icarus, like that's another one of those games like that Rebel Dogma, Dragon Dogma, where like you gotta get your resources in, or actually you gotta pick a skill tree to make sure you know what you're gonna do, and how you're gonna do it, and what you're gonna build. Like some of your stuff, like your pickaxe can break. So you gotta go find you gotta find some board to make another pickup, make a building. So Icarus is one of those ones do it.
Icarus is definitely up there for sure. And then that's damn near one of those Minecraft type games. Icarus literally looks like a better graphic Minecraft. So yeah, I can definitely.
Indeed.
Survival games are one of those same topic or one of those resource management games. What you gonna eat? What you gonna eat, big bro? Like,
Mouse
you got
said,
enough wood for the fire? And you got the food, but can you cook it? Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
Mouse said, Total War: The Three Kingdoms is a sim like with a bunch of different resource management, but they make sure that one doesn't feel more important than the other. They make sure they are all connected. Armies need supplies, but in order to get supplies, you need farmland. But for that, you need money. But not only that, different characters have different resources. Like Chow. My bad. Pronunciation of foreign names is my strong suit. Has credibility, and in order for him to progress, needs to continue to gather and use his credibility. And then Mal yelled at
Never
freak.
played it, but I can see where you're coming from there.
And then, like I said, Mal yelled at freak, all caps.
I just read that he ended it with pussy, so he lost.
I got one game I have to mention. Though it might be one of the best examples of this whole question. Let me just double check to make sure I got the
All right, while you're double checking, I'm gonna throw one out right quick.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is not the trading. Actually, this definitely does go into trading because you do trade with the one merchant that travels around the game with you. Resident Evil 4 specifically.
Yes.
Resident Evil 4 trading and currency. Actually, currency trading. Actually, all three of them. You the currency you find throughout the game, and like it's met with the fucking merchant that you trade the currency with and stuff for like little items. You can trade stuff with them, but specifically you're given a case and you have to organize your stuff in that case to make it fit. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to manage what you have, to manage the resources you have quite efficiently, so you can carry everything around with you that you need. Resident Evil 4 for a horror game, boy, Resident Evil 4 crosses all the dots in every category you can want for a horror game. Resident Evil 4 is that one. And I think Resident Evil 7 comes very close with it right now. I think it's Resident Evil 4 and 7, and until I play 9, maybe 9. Resident Evil 4 and 7 definitely got resource management to the fucking T when it comes to horror.
I gotta, for the whole economy system, right? I gotta bring up Moonlighter. Moonlighter is I don't know
Heard
how
of it,
many
haven't
you
you?
actually. Oh yeah, so basically, I'm glad you heard of it. Basically, Moonlighter is a game where you are the main character and you're a merchant, and like I think your family owns a shop, or like you own the family shop. And in order to get things to fill the shop to sell to people, you have to go inside of this thing called like the dungeon and kill monsters, get the resources, and bring them back as things that you sell inside of your shop. But it's not just that part. You also get to price the things that you sell based off of what the economy and what the demand is for that day. So some you can price. You never know exactly how much to charge for something until like you see whether or not people buy it or if they don't buy it. So you can raise the price too high and they will be like, nah, it's not worth that to me. Or you can keep it really low and they'd be like, oh, this guy's an idiot. And you can see it happen real time. Or like if something's too expensive or if just people don't want to spend the money, people will start trying to steal from you and you gotta catch them. Like it's all kinds of shit like that where um you're creating an economy for these things. And I think if you sell too much of one thing, like the price starts, people won't buy it for the same price anymore. Like if it's too available, people will be like, nah, I don't really need it like that. Um, you're using all that money though to buy more better gear or better stuff in order to go into different levels of the dungeon in order to bring it back better resources and improve the shop and like go through like the whole economy and cycle is really cool for that game. It's honestly one of the few games where um that's done it that well. Like in a lot of adventure games, I typically sell the drop that I get, but I never have to like pick the price of them or see what the economy is for different items. Like Moonlighter is a perfect example for this question.
Very perfect. Good.
Way to describe that is a low key hits that shit on the nail. And low key, I'll throw right there with it. You know what I'm saying? It's my troll answer, but I'm also serious. The goddamn trading card game shop simulator. You know what I'm saying? I'm hood. Hey.
Shout out
Hey,
now.
hey, the trading card game simulator. Trading card game shop simulator right there. Hey. Boy, you make the prices, you stock the shelves, and hey, you know what I'm saying? You set the price. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go, you gotta hit. Hey, it's right. Hey, that's one of them. And plus, that's the only I've been talking to a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Because almost everybody that follow me on TikTok everybody is a streamer pretty much. I've been talking to a lot of people lately about that. The only chill game I can play and the only simulator game I can play is the trading card game shop simulator. That's the only one. I think that's the only one I can play. The only one. Out of the 20, 30 simulators that are out there right now, the only one I can claim is the trading card game shop simulator.
That's real though. I don't play a lot of play similar simulators like that.
I don't play none except that's the only one I can play. Because that's the most realistic one to me. I don't want to play no power wash. I don't need to set up a house. There's a lot of girls that I follow me that be doing like the house setup simulator or the house flipper. I don't need to do none of that. But the trading card shop one though, that one's different. That's different right there. That's different.
Hey, I'm glad this is the one for you. Hey, it's not. Yeah, when it comes to simulator games, uh, they got to be something real fun and interesting. Cause I'm working at a grocery store after after I just
The
got off work.
only reason why that one is good because a lot of times it's mostly just like a good majority of it is Pokemon stuff. You know, I'm saying I love my Pokemon.
Yeah.
said TCG shop going crazy. By the way, I got an 1100 card that's not even created yet. I hired a worker. I just sit in the shop with some tax all day.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that game actually goes kind of crazy. Ooh, shout out to my TikTok. It's going crazy.
Oh, is that everything for this last part?
Yeah,
That's all I got.
I can throw a couple more right there. That's the main gist. That's the main gist of
Yeah.
I have right there. That's the main gist I have right there for them. Cause like
Same.
that's like there like realistically there aren't many games that really do that.
Yeah.
To like a high tier level. Ain't many games really do like the whole currency and resource and everything that like it's like it's a system. There ain't many that are like really just like a huge focus and top tier like that.
Yeah, I agree. There's not many games where I have to worry about how I'm gonna have like what's my career like, nigga. Like, I know I'm killing monsters, but like what I really need, I need a actual skill. Like I need to be able to do alchemy, blacksmith, create spells, or something. I need something.
But I do like how the TCG Shop Simulator does give you like that really does give you like a real world feel of running a store though. I do like how that like that's also on top of that gives you like a real I think that's the closest game that gives you a real world feel of like running an actual shop. Setting up to where you need to put certain items in the front that like that the attention grab to do well, and then like put the other merchandise in the back that wouldn't sell as much, but you can still get profit for it. Like I like it's like it really puts you in the mind of running a store, and I really like how they put close attention to detail with that, and that's kind of why I go in there with like the resource management with your cash. You have to buy the stuff to set up the shopping. Like I don't know, I feel like that game does a very 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 good job.
I was like, but it's just from a sports standpoint, the GM mode, like basketball, football, and wrestling, when you're actually being the GM, where I don't know if the Madden nowadays have, but back in the gap, now like Madden 09, you did the franchise, well, you did GM mode, franchise mode, you're pricing the tickets off a hot dog. You're running player cap salaries. You're being an actual GM running the franchise, telling, hey, I'm making hot dogs $3, I'm making beer $3, I make water $1, I'm making our programs like 10, parking spots is like X amount of money and stuff like that. So those right there, those are another one as well. It's not as sought after because a lot of people don't really do that as much. But those are another one of those where you have to manage the money and you gotta set them out, because once you hit your hard cap, you can't pay your star player. You're gonna end up having to you got to let him go and find a cheaper person, so you can't be over the salary cap because you're gonna end up paying a luxury tax on top of that. So that means you gotta be a good team, you gotta have a lot of fans to make money, and you can't be ass. So I like throw that out there from that aspect. I know a lot of people don't play franchise mode or GM mode on games. They just go straight to my player, go to the park and whatnot, things of that nature. That's all I have on the topic game.
The last couple of things that the Mal has said. It's fun as fuck. I wish they'd allow you to make a deck and play. Bad for Blood had a great one. With the buffs to your abilities and stuff. Also, they have a market that price of cards and packs are always dropping and raising, so you have to watch it every day.
Okay.
Not Mal advocating for TCG shop. Oh, but on that note,
You're right there.
I'm closing out this podcast. So, W Podcast, back again. Yep. Episode 68. There was the 5-man stat. Really probably
made it work too.
Indeed. Doing the good old closing remarks. So, Ball, you're starting off first.
Yo, have a good night. Happy Friday, and thanks for joining us.
Indeed. Followed up with Hero.
Love the podcast. Great topic. Producer note for the pod. We're all caught up on basically all the guests except for one. It's a hell of an edit for me to get Zeus out there, but I'm gonna get Zeus out there. But you will start seeing random just random out the blue pods from past that we have not yet been upload. Like Reese coming up, you're gonna see pod 35 is about this shit. But you're gonna find out when it comes out. And shout out, big shout out, round of applause, live, the leader of the Carolina Care Coastals for being the inaugural champion of the Hazy Flame Pokemon League. We'll get those videos out.
Oh shit, that's actually crazy. I didn't even know that. That's fire.
Yeah, and so
Congrats, my boy.
Hey,
yes,
thank
sir.
you.
First year, good shit, my boy.
And also be on the lookout. It's not happening no time soon, but I'm just letting y'all know, keep it aware of it. We will have the Hazy Flame first annual Poke Bowl, which is kind of our Pokemon Pro Bowl. So be tuned for that. Be ready to look out for that. And like the survey always says, when I point up to the survey board, family feud style, another one for the Hazy guys.
And then last but not least, we got Freak with the good old closure remark.
And I'm actually gonna have to watch that match. I ain't gonna lie. Nothing against you, blood, but I really thought I ain't gonna lie. I saw that y'all was doing this stuff. I thought Zoro was winning that. I ain't gonna lie. Because then they had too much Pokemon. I thought he was winning that, so I ain't gonna lie. Good shit. For real, good shit, my boy. Good shit.
Thank you. I have been working, bro. I learned so much Pokemon, and then since we started, dog.
Good shit. But you know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody clicking on the podcast, listening to the audio all the way to this end point right now. Sending good vibes and positivity everybody's way, whether you start of a new week, end of an old week, whenever you listen to this. We appreciate you. I'm saying big shout out to Hero for all the editing he's doing. You know what I'm saying? We have to pay big shout out to you. Shout out to Fresh, you know what I'm saying, the spearhead all of this shit. You try to join that Discord. You know what I'm saying, join that Hazy Flame Ent Discord through not the So Fresh Prince channel anymore, through the Hazy Flame Ent channel on Twitch.
When I set up the commands and stuff like that, but it's also in the link tree, or it should be in the link tree. So I mean, either way, you still have access to it. So what are we talking about? Or go to the YouTube channel. This is the first fucking link. Click it. But yeah,
click the bitch. Or, you know what I'm saying, join the Discord through my streams, through overnight, for all my late night owls that happen to watch this at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't tapped in already, that's it. Join AJ. Join that. Follow that Hazy Flame Ent Twitch channel. You know what I'm saying? Fresh is the one overrunning that. We're gonna be having, you know what I'm saying, people pop in there. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Slick_Freaky, your ice captain, that's with 2 C's. Tonight is day 178 straight. Yeah, 178 days straight. And we still going every day. You know what I'm saying? Sending good vibes and positivity everybody's way. It's been Ice Captain. I bid you adieu.
And that has been episode the good old 68 of the Hazy Flame podcast and things like that. So realizing why I can't rate on Twitch side because the channel is still fairly new. Unfortunate. Is what it is. Whoa, we gotta wait like a good old month before I can do all that. But yeah, make sure to go support Mal the Dad, Slick Freaky, Blah on something because he doesn't really stream, but yeah, the random hero, drop the stats. Yeah, follow Blah's girlfriend and not in the weird way because I know y'all niggas gonna make it weird. That is Shaq 1661. Granted, me remembering that off the top of my head, dive crazy. Didn't think I would do it. Trap Zoro, I Am Yoshi, Prince Draco, Lando. That nigga don't even stream for real. Angie's and all and other people who I may not name next time, but the other time. Oh, follow Rose too, and you know Stormy. And what's up, Freak? Before I end this bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Whenever Zoro to finally post those, you know what I'm saying, our One Piece manga reactions. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come out, whether we move it to the Hazy Flame channel or you keep it on Zoro's channel. They're gonna come out soon, even though it's been a good long time. They're coming out soon. I might have to move them to the Hazy Flame channel, but that's all.
Nigga, by the time those videos come out, nigga, we gonna find out what the One Piece is. The video's gonna be irrelevant. But yeah,
at this point,
that's it for us. You know, we're done and things like that. More updates for the channel coming soon and whatnot. Yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Listen to the song though. There we go. Shit is hilarious. When the rhetorical post? Shit, that's a good question. When is the nigga gonna post?